Morning, morning, morning. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Love 500. Welcome back to the new project. This is day 2. Let's get on with it. Okay, day 2 on the project. So we're moving on now from doing the dashboard and the airbags. We're going to get this bumper off. So I'm going to set you up on a tripod. First of all, I'm just going to straighten it up on the driveway a little bit. We are pumping out some coolant, so I don't want to make too much of a mess. So I'll get the tray to put underneath because I'm not sure where it's coming from. Well, it's obviously from the radiator, but not sure whereabouts, so probably from the radiator, literally the radiator itself. But we will get it up on a tripod, get the car straightened up, and then we'll get the bumper off. So let's do it. Right, I've straightened it up, stuck it down the drive a little bit better. I left the engine running. I've got that. You can't see it from here. What do you call it? The cement thing, you know, the thing you mix up sand and cement in. Got that stuck underneath just to catch any coolant that's coming out. But I've tried the aircon, and the aircon is as cold as ice. So if I can straighten up that condenser, I won't be replacing it, which is good. So that's good news. So that means just taking it off, getting it out of the way, and then taking the radiator off. So that's great news. Assuming it will straighten up. If it won't straighten up, then I'll have to replace it, but as I say, I have done that before. So we'll get you set up on a tripod, and we'll get this bumper off and have a proper look underneath. Right, I've used this to, I've taken out the top bolts. I'm not going to bother filming me taking out all these bolts. We'll get all the bolts and screws out, and then we'll do it on time lapse, and then we'll come back and we'll take the bumper off and have a look, see what's underneath. Well, we know what's underneath, but see how bent up it is. So we'll be back soon in real time. For now, we'll go on time lapse. Well, you might have seen there that I had a trouble, couldn't get that bolt undone. The main bolt that goes up, this one that goes up through that hole into the wing, the sort of captive nut, I'm not sure what they're called, the captive nut that's part of the wing, it was just turning. So I mean the bumper's getting thrown away anyway, so I just had to yank it, and the same went for the one on the bottom as well. The screw under there, that was just turning as well. So I might be able to get something on there now it's pulled out a little bit. Hopefully. I'm just gonna do that, and then we'll come back and get this bumper right off and have a look underneath. Right, I had to yank that as well because I couldn't get that off. So let's just get it off properly. Oh, this is broken as well, surprisingly. Oh, this is tough. It's amazing how these get jammed on and they're taped to dirt and years of think what we'll do is unscrew it first. It'll be easier to get to, I think. There we go, that's off. So all but one lug is broken on there as well. So I'll either repair this. We've got the lugs here, so we can repair it. But the new bumper I'm putting on, or rather this air bumper I'm putting on, has already got lights in it. So we'll test them and just put them in. Right, I think we can see there. Don't know if you can see properly. Let me just get this bumper out of the way, and then we'll have a proper look. Okay, so let's have a look. Wow. So as you can see, this condenser is quite bent, and I'm surprised that this is all straight still. It's missed that one. It's broken the tabs on the bottom of the radiator as well, but the radiator is leaking from here somewhere, so we don't really know where. Let's get that out of the way. That's broken, we'll get rid of that. Luckily I've got umpteen of those. So although this is separated, it's holding gas, so there's no point in changing it. I say, if I can straighten it up, which I've done before, I can just put it straight back on. Get rid of that, obviously. We'll do that now, actually. We'll get this bar off, undo the condenser. We'll take the condenser off out of the way, and then we'll get that radiator out, and we'll then feed in the new radiator. I don't know if there's any fluid in. We may have to drain this down first, so we'll have a look and see. But oh, look. These, of course they are. These are broken, so I'm going to drill those out and replace those. Luckily I've got a load of those, which is good. But the actual, it's good that those broken, because that means that the front panel hasn't bent. There is no bending. It's amazing actually that the chassis leg hasn't gone. I suppose it's bent it far enough in the middle, and it's bent it rather than bending it here. But that is good, because that means I don't need a new front panel, which is brilliant. And as we know, the bumper, the bonnet and the wings fit perfect, so it's not deformed it. So that's great. And the headlights haven't gone either, even better, which is another indication that the front panel is untouched. That's great. So we'll get this off. We'll get a jack underneath just to support it. I know it's still held on by the bottom ones, but we'll support it on a jack, and then we'll take this bar off. And I've got a new one of those, so we can put that on. But obviously we need to take the radiator and that off first, so we'll do that. Let's get on with it. So this is actually, I'm actually on this first day that we got the car, but this is day 2 for you. But we can almost get this car done in a day, almost. Certainly ain't going to take very long, but it's very dirty, isn't it? It's very dusty and dirty, but let's get on with it anyway. Oh dear, that's going to have to be jemmied off. God, dear, that's tight. I wonder why that's so tight. Let's get me a pry bar. Oh, that's why. For some reason, I've never seen that before. Although there's two things for bolts, the little 10mm. I've never seen one on the bottom. This one's got them on the bottom as well. That's why it won't come off. Where's the ordinary? I don't know if there's one on the other side as well. I guess there is. God, it's stiff. It's probably going to snap. I've never seen one. That's strange. I've never seen one at the top, at the bottom as well as the top. They're always only at the top. Got an extension bar here. Yeah, that's better. A bit awkward like that. Better. There we go. Other side. Yep. Yeah, it's that one snapped. I knew it would. They often snap. Right, at least we know that'll come off now. Wow. Now what is that that's leaking? That looks, no, that's knackered. Look at the state of it. I think I'm going to have to put a new one of those on. I can't see any fluid in it though. I don't know if that's radiator fluid that's coming through from the other side. I'm not sure where it's dripping from. I think that's dripping from the radiator the other side. So I think if we get this off, we might be able to have a look. These are 8mm bolts, I think. Yeah. Put the microphone on so you can hear me properly. Right, yeah, these are 8mm. Try not to snap these. They don't normally snap these, to be fair. So these are screws rather than bolts. Take that off of there. Yeah, there's some dripping coming here, but I'm not sure where it's dripping from. Oh, Jesus. I suppose it's quite an old car, isn't it now? It's what, 8 or 9 years old, so not surprising these are rusty. It's when you get the newer ones when they're rusty, which is surprising and rather annoying. Now once this is out, we can move this out of the way. You know, like we do when we do the when we change the front panel and move it out of the way to let the panel out of the way. Oh, incidentally, you can see I didn't put the jack underneath because I thought I've got this in the way. There's not really room. So right, if I move this out of the way, hopefully it will come off. Yep. Right. If I move that, bend that right out of the way, like that. I think it's coming, that fluid is coming from the radiator somewhere. Not quite sure where, but it's got to come out anyway. So right, I'm going to drain this down and then get all this stuff out of the way. I'm going to drain this down and then remove the radiator. I've got to drill these out, put new ones in, and then we'll I'll come back once I'm ready to offer up the new radiator, and we'll go from there. So until then, I'll be back soon. Right, new rad's in. It was a pain in the arse. What I had to do was put the bolts back in there, both sides, just the bolts on their own, and then take that bottom bar off because I couldn't get the radiator out. And I jacked it up at the side just to get it up in the air a little bit, and I managed to get it out in the end, but it was a pain. As you can see, I've spilt coolant all over the shop. But that bottom bar's fine. Now I've put it back on. I could get away with this, but it is knackered. Look at the state of it. It just, I know it's not, it can't even be seen, but it is so bent up, it's just not worth it. I know it's extra cost for me because I've got to get the aircon regassed. And I will have to get someone to degas it because it's against the law to just disconnect it, because you're letting the CFCs go into the atmosphere, which is not a good thing. So I'll have to arrange for someone to come and do that. They probably, well, if they let me film them, I will film them. If not, I won't. But I will order a new condenser tonight, and then hopefully that will come in a couple of days. I still really want to. I've got this bumper, as you've seen before. This garage is getting so full up again, although I have got rid of a few bits and pieces. So I've got that scab there with a hole, really, not a scab, it's a hole. I mean, it'll do temporarily, but it's not a very good bumper, and it's a bit of a funny goings on there. I say it'd be all right to put it on just for MOT servicing purposes, and then I can be looking for one. Hopefully one will come up. But I haven't got any coolant in there yet. I'm going to put fresh coolant in. I've put all the hoses back on. That one's back on, new Jubilee clip on there. That one's back on, new Jubilee clip on there. I say this was the radiator off of Cooey. So yeah, all I've got to do, I've drilled those out. I've just got to put new pegs in there, so that obviously holds it in the right place, which I shall do very shortly. I'm not going to bother filming that. You've seen me do that before anyway, so yeah. So I'm going to crack on. I'm going to give this a bit of a clean up as well. But so I'm going to just leave that dangling for now. What am I going to do with it? Yes, I'm going to leave it dangling. No, actually, I might fix it on. I might try and bend it back and try and fix it on, and that way I can get the bumper on and see what it looks like. As it works, I might as well just bend it back as best I can and screw it on. Yeah, let's do it. So I've got the new bar on. Filled it up with coolant. Just letting it purge. And as you can hear, sounds good. Sounds as sweet as a nut. Absolutely sweet as a nut. We've got a black box there. Need to take that off. Yeah, sounds really good. No issues at all with this engine. Wonderful. We like that. I need to clean this up. I'm going to do it now, I think. Or at least clean this bit up, because I'm obviously, when I put the bumper on, I don't want it to be dirty. I know you can't see it, but it's not the point. I want it to be clean. Right, while that's heating up to running temperature, I'm going to get that cleaned, and then I'm going to put the bumper on just for the time being. yeah, pleased with that. I need to get one of the foam things out of the loft. I've got loads of those up in the loft. I just need to go and grab one before I put the bumper on. Okay, so I can't get that bumper on properly because it's got the bolt that goes up into the wing is just spinning, so I need to get it up in the air, get the wheel off, and move the wheel arch liner out of the way so I can grip it with some mole grips or something, so I can get that out. It's a bloody nuisance. I'll have to probably put a new one in there or bond it or something, I don't know. But that's pretty good going, I think. This is the second video. It's only the first day. New radiators in. It's all been put back together. New crash bar. It's all topped up, run up to temperature, purged of air, cleaned. Let me show you one thing I have discovered. Oh, I know what I've got to do. I've got to take the airbag out. Airbag ECU out. One thing I've discovered is the steering wheel is broken. I'll try and do it without touching too much. Which one is it? It's the bottom one. Right, you see that little metal? I can't point to it. Hang on. Let me try and point to it. Oh, that should be like that. The end of it's broken off. Now that's the hook that the steering airbag hooks into, but it doesn't, so the horn keeps going off because it's just sitting there floating about. So I need a new steering wheel. That's really frustrating. So what I'll do is I'll order a new steering wheel. I'll take these out and I can sell those and get 20 quid for those. But it's annoying. I don't know how the hell that was broken. It must have been broken in the old car. Actually, you know what? It probably broke when the airbag deployed. I've never known that before, but I can't think of any other reason why that would be broken. So I'll get a steering wheel ordered. Just trying to think. I've got to send off the airbag ECU, which is sitting down there, so I've got to unplug that, get that sent off, and then I'll probably hopefully get that back by Monday and get that back in and get to the bottom of those codes that are still there that I think shouldn't be. To be fair, I don't normally do any of that until I've got the ECU back, but I wanted to do it on this one because I wanted to see where the seat belts were, and of course that's shown me, although one of those seat belts hasn't blown, it hasn't blown, it hasn't locked in position. The electronics of it have. So I've ordered, and they've been dispatched, I think. I've ordered the new seat belts and pre-tensioners, and as soon as they come I'll get those in. A lady lives up the road who's interested in the other white one. She's seen me working on this today and has gone and had a look at it, and apart from the fact that she don't like the red seats, and I think Marilyn's got red seats as well, but I'm not sure. I said, Loopy Harold, I swapped them over. I could swap them back. I could put the Loopy Harold ones in this car and put these in Loopy Harold. Not a problem at all. She'll have to make do with the red door cards, but at least the seats will be different. She's like me, doesn't like them. But again, looking around this car, it's really, really clean. Really clean. There is literally not a mark on it anywhere. None of the bumpers, nothing. So this front bumper I've got here, I mean, look at these. These are pristine condition. This car has really been looked after. But this bumper is okay as a temporary bumper to get on to go and get it MOT'd and stuff like that. But as a finished bumper, it's no good. And you know, I could have a go at fixing those little dings in it. You've got that one just there, and then you've got the little hole there. But you've also got paint stress fractures there as well. So I think what I'm going to do with this bumper is I'm going to keep it like this, just as a temporary use, because at the moment I can't get a bumper. I can't find one. So whether I get one painted to code, buy an old one and get it painted white at the body shop. Hopefully that won't take too long just to paint a bumper. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. So one way or another we need to. I haven't looked today at white bumpers on eBay. If I can find one today, also that's well and good. But The thing is, you never find them perfect. Very rarely do you find them perfect. So I'm thinking along the lines of getting a brand new one painted to code. Trouble is, they're over 200 quid. So I'd be better off buying a genuine one in, say, silver that's scratched or not scratched, and just taking it to the paint shop. The only problem with that is it delays me. But yeah, I might do that anyway. But we'll make a decision depending on what we can find. So yeah, a really good day on this car today. A really good day. It's literally a few hours. Got all the dash and airbags and all that front end repaired. Fantastic. And no front panel. Don't have to get a front panel. Even better. So we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll sort that out down there and get this bumper on properly. I might as well even put the front number plate on. I have ordered new number plates. I've just stuck the number plates on temporarily. And I think possibly the fella might be coming tomorrow to do the windscreen. So fingers crossed he does, and that'd be great. And then we'll be even closer to getting it done. Yeah, it's good. So we'll see you tomorrow. So I've moved the car up here out the front of the house for the time being. Windscreen's being done tomorrow. So I thought this was a good time to end the video. Before I do, I just want to show you a video that happened to me in a Puma today. Or was it yesterday? No, yesterday. Have a little look at this. It was captured on my dash cam. Nearly wiped the car and me out. Take a look, see what you think, and we'll be back shortly. So, what do you think of that then? Nightmare. What a nightmare. As you can see, that wasn't a dual carriageway. That was one carriageway going either way, and that massive lorry decided he was going to try and kill me. What do you reckon? I've reported it to the police and to the company. I zoomed in on it, got the registration number and the company name, and it's been reported to the company as well. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Will be another video with you for next weekend on Sunday at 9 o'clock. And that'll be the continuing of this car, and hopefully we'll have Marilyn back by then as well. We can get on with some more on Marilyn. So until then, thanks for watching. Don't forget, please like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, good luck with life in general, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.